During a dream, the brain is working flat out to maintain the projection of our elaborately detailed dreamscape in real time. And although it's amazingly good at this, once pre-lucid, it often struggles to replicate the detail of an intricate image, such as a piece of text or an outstretched hand, twice in quick succession. So, if we try to make it engage in such a replication, it will provide a close but imperfect rendering. And it's the acknowledgement of this imperfect rendering that makes us lucidly aware. Take a reality check. Let's explore those 3 reality checks in more depth. Looking at your hands. If you think you might be dreaming, but you're not 100% sure, look at your outstretched hand within the dream, then quickly look away and look back at it again. Alternatively, watch your hand as you flip it over and back again. Either way, your brain will usually struggle to reproduce an identical projection of your hand. So, on second glance, it may be a strange shape, perhaps missing a finger or two, or look dappled or transformed. When you look at your hand twice in a row, the dreaming brain tries its best to reproduce exactly the same image, but it doesn't quite have the processing speed to do so perfectly. The variations are multiple, but the result is singular. If you really expect your hand to change, it will change. I know the hand-checking thing can sometimes be a bit hard to imagine, so let me break it down for you. You're in a dream. Something weird happens and you think you might be dreaming. You look at your hand, flip it over, with the expectation that it will change if you're dreaming, and when you flip it back, it probably will have changed in some way. The dreaming mind is very creative. I've seen my hand turn into a baby elephant and grow 3 new fingers. But it's not very good at replicating precise detail. Hands are pretty detailed, so it really struggles to replicate them to order. Reading text. Within a pre-lucid dream, it's virtually impossible to read any text coherently twice in succession. LaBerge's research laboratory found that in lucid dreams, text changed 75% of the time as the dreamer was reading it, and 95% of the time on second reading. So, if you're in a dream and you think you might be dreaming, try to read something. The text will often be unintelligible, move around as you're reading it, or in some cases, just fade away altogether. All these are signs that you're dreaming. Using digital or electrical appliances. Just as the mind struggles to reproduce text, so it also struggles with the highly detailed screen of a smartphone or a computer, which will often seem blurred and transformed in a pre-lucid dream, as the dreaming mind struggles to project it accurately. I know it sounds crazy, but it's often impossible to read a digital watch, successfully operate any form of digital or electrical appliance, or switch a light on and off. This works on the principle that if you flick a light switch within a dream, you're asking the dreaming mind to project an exact replication of the dreamscape, but in a totally different light and shadow setting, literally at the flick of a switch. This is something that it finds almost impossible to do. Remember, if you think you might be dreaming, but want to be 100% sure before you try to fly through the sky, look at anything with a detailed pattern, such as your hand, twice in a row, and if it changes, you'll know for sure that you're definitely dreaming. Although opportunities for reality checks will often crop up in your dreams naturally, they're usually only engaged once you spot a dream sign and need confirmation of your present reality. You can, however, actively hasten the process by getting into the habit of conducting reality checks while you're awake. This is the basis of the weird technique, a deceptively simple method through which I have the majority of my lucid dreams. Here's how to do it. The weird technique. As you go about your daily life, whenever something weird happens,